Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. So this week marks the 3-year anniversary since the passing of a close friend of mine who gave me a lot of inspiration to work on chemistry. As you guys saw, I recently isolated a small amount of polonium-210 from household dust. And when I make my art castings, I end up with a lot of metal slag, right? When you melt bismuth, when you melt tin, zinc, a lot of it oxidizes. And I'm not shy about recycling it. It might not be worth my time to recycle most of those base metals, but I love the chemistry behind it. And also, I really despise wasting any of that metal, because even though none of those metals are very expensive today, I view them as precious resources, and I really hate to throw them out. So, and I just love the chemistry behind it. So, unfortunately, my friend passed away 3 years ago, and it's kind of interesting what we did when we were together. My friend had invited me to his apartment one time where he had isolated a small amount of gold out of recycled computer chips that he had found on campus. And I asked him how he does it. He showed me the chemistry behind it. He used a bunch of muriatic acid. I didn't know where to buy that stuff. And the reason I really liked him was because I needed his advice on how to meet girls on campus. I was only 16 or 17 years old. I was going to college part-time. He gave me some good advice on that. And unfortunately, I wanted to steal his girlfriend off of him. He and his girlfriend both studied chemistry, and he was isolating gold out of computer chips. That was, wow, almost 20 years ago. 20 years ago, my ambitions are a little bit bigger than gold, right? 5 protons bigger to be exact. And how many neutrons bigger is it? I'll let you do the math there. And using actually quite similar techniques to how he was isolating gold from the computer chips. Now I isolate polonium from household dust, right? I think he would be really pleased to see that. I hope he's enjoying his heaven with Mary Curry, and they're isolating some new elements that we haven't even thought about yet, right? Alright, so he was showing me this stuff, and I asked him, where do you buy muriatic acid? And he says, you can buy it at Home Depot. When he said Home Depot, I kind of gasped. I went, and the reason I gasped is that I had just broke up with a girl, and the girl was working part-time at a Home Depot, and he knew that, and he knew why I gasped, and he said, oh, okay, don't go to Home Depot, then go to Lowe's. It gave me a nice, warm, fuzzy feeling that he acknowledged the situation. Another time, there was a different girl that I was nervous about talking to, and he helped me compose an email to the other girl, and I never got a response. Instead, I made a good friend, so it wasn't the end of the world. Unfortunately, he got so good at networking with so many people, he was never more than 6 feet away from anybody, and that's what killed him 3 years ago. So I'm not terribly sad about his passing when I think of it in that regard. Now, unfortunately, his girlfriend has also since passed away, and I kind of have a sense of why she passed away. They worked with chemistry, and watching her perform chemistry experiments was always very heart-wrenching. She was always like, arrogant about not having to put on PPE. This is nothing to me. And I always thought she would have some sort of accident with her chemistry. And it turned out it wasn't a chemistry accident that killed her. It was an accident with her car. I can kind of see why. Her arrogance, right? Oh, I can text while driving. I can eat while driving. And unfortunately, that's what killed her, right? Not surprising the way both of them passed, right? They both passed doing something that they felt very comfortable doing, right? It makes me realize that I can't be arrogant all the time, right? When I'm isolating the stuff that's a little bit more ambitious than the gold that he was working on, a little bit bigger, 5 protons bigger, right? I can't be too arrogant about it. When I'm in my car, even though I haven't had an accident that was my fault for 8 years now, it doesn't take much to to push things over the edge, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.